You're about to hear a conversation between me, Coach Chicken Legs, and Josh, a personal trainer who's just finished his Cert 3 and his Cert 4 and has about 2 months of experience. So let's hear from him, some of the obvious questions that he has, and hopefully we can help him out. Thank you for coming in.
Hi.
Tell the people your name and your experience and all the shit you're doing.
Oh, I'm Josh. I work for Powerless Fitness at Keep Fitness in Bevelle, and I'm a personal trainer.
Yeah,
I just finished my Cert 3 and Cert 4, and yeah, now I'm out in the field.
out in the real world.
Yeah.
Exciting.
What was his name?
So I'm gonna pass it that, and we'll just pass it between. I get chatting, so I'll grab it back. This is gonna be that awkward back and forth. The skeleton's Napoleon because it's Napoleon Bonaparte. I thought it was clever. It might not be clever.
Ah, that's clever.
Yeah, I thought it was clever as. But when I give keys to clients for some of the storerooms and stuff, because I have equipment that people steal, so I lock it away. But I put it like in the back of his humerus and stuff like that.
Okay.
So, when did you graduate?
Oh, the last few months have been a blur for me because of
The baby.
kid. Yeah.
The baby, which is way more important.
What, 2 months ago at this point?
Yeah, right.
I'm not that
Fresh.
I honestly don't remember.
That's good.
2 months ago.
2 months.
2 months ago. Yes. So pretty fresh, and yeah.
Yeah, weird, right? Like you didn't think it would ever end, and then it did.
It was a bit like that. I thought more was going to happen, but it's sort of just you finish. I think because towards the end you're just doing stuff that just doesn't apply to the job at all, and you kind of just like, all right, well there you go. Now you have a certificate. It's like nothing.
How soon do you want to get me in that bag of worms? That's the question. That's soon you a bit of a butt the Cert 3, Cert 4. I don't rate it.
Right away, I guess, because that's sort of all I have at the moment.
Well, you tell me. So, like, because obviously, I must have taken, I think, easily 5 people through that course already. 6 soon. Because the guy who did the podcast before you, Steve.
Yeah,
he's the next on the chopping block.
Yeah.
But what did you think? What did you think of the experience? Firstly, how long was it? How much is it? And how much was it?
So it was, what was it, 3 months, I think, because it was full-time study. So
What's the definition of full time for them?
oh,
Do you
remember back?
2 days or something?
No, it was 4 days. 4 days for 3 hours. They said they couldn't do it any quicker because staff costs and all that, which makes sense.
Sure.
So, so overall it was about a month and a half for each cert. And wait,
Yeah, for 3 months. Yeah, 1 month and a half.
was it 4 months? I honestly don't remember.
It's such a blur. It's a giant haze. I didn't know what the fuck's going on.
Was it 12 weeks? I should have remembered that before I came on.
No, like it doesn't matter. Like I'm aware that how long it kind of takes.
Yeah.
I said to the last guy, I don't care how much it is. I care about how quick it is. If money's not a limiter for you, like the speed is really relevant.
So from what I remember, it was $6,000.
Again, like you got it done in 3 months. Like, because if it cost you $6,000, like you can make 12 within a couple of months, and then you're already up. So even if you didn't like it, you can just quit.
Yeah, I think the price on this was probably fair, like because it gets you in the door. It sort of, you're able to, and then it's sort of up to you from there. Like that's the biggest thing from it. It doesn't, if someone's never had that much experience with it to begin with, they're not going to go anywhere with it. It does not, like, it sort of relies on you being in the gym for years before doing it.
Yep.
Like that's something I very much noticed.
I've always been the opinion it should be an apprenticeship. It should be a 3-year apprenticeship, and 4th year you're off trying to make your own business. And if you fuck up, you just come back and build up again and go off and build up. Like that's what it should be. However, it's a 3-month course instead. Not, who knows?
And then you have to do everything on your own.
Yeah, and they haven't shown you everything either. Like some stuff for sure. But the more important thing is you now have a bit of paper. Like you have a bit of paper that says I can be a PT, and that's your ticket. That's your golden marker. You can do whatever the fuck you want now.
Yeah,
but it's what do you want to do is the question.
Yeah,
but did you hate it? Did you hate the course?
No, it was boring, but it was boring. Yeah. Well, being in the gym was actually fun. It wasn't useless.
And wasn't useless.
And the people in there were really good. And the teachers were really good.
Yeah.
And like, especially just when they were sort of going off on their own tangents and sort of just telling you how it was, when we got you in when we had Jason, we had Josh, who I think started the whole thing, Fit College. Yeah, he was great.
Yeah.
So the real world experience is what mattered. But when you're just doing slides and you're sitting in a just a lit up room, I was getting headaches every day, honestly, just step front of a screen for 3 hours, and that was awful. But yeah, being in the gym was great. And
yeah, well, it's why you didn't get in the industry to look at slides. You got in the industry because you wanted to help people.
Yeah, that's it. You want to do stuff. You know, you want to help people. You don't want to look at a screen. You don't be a PT to sit down and look at it.
Well, if it's any penance for you, if it helps you out, like since I study exercise phys, like I'm not going to say who I study with, but like it is, if you want to keep up with content, it's 6 hours a day of someone reading slides. So you might as well just read the textbook and then like take notes and make sure you understand content.
Yeah.
Not that I'm going to disclose who I'm with, but I would say that it's a pretty cruisy job for the lecturer.
Yeah.
But that's okay. Yeah.
Good for them, I guess.
Yeah, man. Like I'm glad you had a relatively good experience. Like my Cert 3, Cert 4 was over 12 months.
Yeah. Right.
And by the end of it, I had to get an ombudsman to come in, which is someone who represents you in like a clinical sense, in an education sense, because you feel as if there's been mistreatment, because like their course was so poor and they were marking assessments with a bias, and they were like, I was tutoring some of the students at the time, which probably shouldn't have been doing, but we had like a study group, and then there was complications in there, so they marked me harsher because they knew that most of the programs that were going through were ones that I wrote for the team.
Right.
So it's just like they weren't a massive fan of me by the end. And to be fair, I was a bit of a wanker. So, but like, yeah, as soon as it crosses that, like, it's no longer just us being playful. It's you guys are abusing your end of power. Like, I really didn't enjoy it. So I don't have huge praises.
Stopping you from advancing your career. That's
well, it's just people who I didn't deem, like, the two assessors weren't personal trainers. Like one had been a personal trainer 30 years ago, and now works in like the legal side of it. Yeah. And the other one was an exercise phys who specialized in tennis. So it's just like, or he might have been a scientist, but it doesn't matter. Like not in the gym, not on the green.
Yeah, it's not a personal trainer, I guess. You know, it's a different,
just different thing, man.
Yeah,
it's similar. He's very, very intelligent, but he just wasn't. Hadn't done the time on the floor.
That makes sense. Yep.
Yeah. So 3 months out of your degree, how many clients have you got?
So I have 8 clients at the moment.
8?
Yes.
That's awesome.
What happened? So I finished the course, and then immediately my fiance gave birth. So yeah,
good time.
It was like straight month and a bit break of everything. So I've only been in the gym for about 2 weeks.
Yes.
So yeah, and my 8 clients have come from. So I've got basically like someone who I'm working under for his company.
Yeah, mentor.
So yeah, basically.
Best thing he could have done.
Yeah, so he's the one who got me into the Cert 3 and 4. I had no idea like how to be a personal trainer, but it was always something that I was like, even as a kid, I was like, yeah, I want to be a PE teacher or a personal trainer, something like that, some kind of coach with sports, something to do with sports. So yeah, so I've taken all his clients.
All I did in one. It's like these are the non-complicated, nice and easy.
Yeah,
fat loss, muscle gain, body composition.
All the offline, because he's got a bunch of online ones as well. But I'm sort of just sticking with the offline ones. Just
way better for you to start.
Yeah, I think. And just he's worrying about all the business side of things and the payments and also the programs as well. So all I'm really doing is just following his programs, changing it up if they need it, if something changes, or if they're like, nah, I'm not comfortable with this or anything like that. And then just basically having fun with them, honestly, like trying to make it as engaging, because, it's working out. Not everyone wants to be in pain.
No, very few people.
Yeah.
And the guys who don't want personal trainers. So there's this illusion. It's like, I'm going to get, a bunch of sport athletes and we're going to get after it and run up hills of rocks. Like, they're already running up hills of the rocks, buddy. Like, they don't need you to do that. You're going to deal with overweight people or people with bad backs or bad knees or weight issues, whatever it is. And like, you're not going to get these people you think. You work similar to like a nurse. We help a lot of people who are not happy or unwell or sick.
Yep, sure, that's it. Yeah, you're helping someone get there. But I think like it'd be good to work towards transitioning people into more like, you see it all the time, like people transitioning into more of like a fitness-based lifestyle almost. They like fall in love with it. And that's really great to see. But some people just want the social aspect, or they just want I've had one person who a doctor told him like, yeah, you're gonna be dead in 3 years because he was that overweight.
That or you die, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might have been a year. He was nearly 200 kilos.
Yeah, I always say to people, there's a moment that people have who are on the path of going down like all the health related issues from not training. And there's a scary moment, or someone says something that they go, you know what, enough's enough.
Yeah.
And sometimes clients, like they always, or family members or friends are always asking you, hey, what should I do? When should I do this? But they never pull the trigger. And it's because they haven't had their scary moment yet.
Yeah.
So for some people, it's your doctor says, hey, guess what? Your second valve in your heart's starting to get filled up with the stuff you don't want it. You're likely going to have another bypass.
Yep.
Or a heart attack's coming your way. You need to do something, and that's the scare.
Yep.
Some people, like someone goes, oh, geez, that dress is a bit tight. That's the, oh, shit.
Nothing.
Yeah. People have kids and go, shit, like I have to be around for this guy.
Yeah. I've had another one like that. Their son should have told him, like, I think they were talking about, yeah, I'm going to be around to see your great grandkids or whatever. And their son straight up told him, like, hey, I don't know where you're going, man. Yeah, and that was like, they just broke down after that and then straight to the gym. And they've lost like 30, 40 kilos in the last year, I think.
So, yeah, scary, right?
Yeah, super scary. Really good for them. But yeah, some people really need that moment, I guess.
Yeah. Whatever it be. And that's okay. Like, it just means that marketing becomes a little bit challenging in the space because you have to kind of remind people that they need to make a change.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, wait a minute, I was happy as. And, oh, wait, what are you talking about? I need to make, I guess I do want to look good naked. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just, I don't know. Yeah, I never even thought of that. Like trying to, if someone hasn't had that moment yet, like if they haven't been pushed by anyone, like you being the one to be like,
it's man. We won't get too much into it, but like because there's a couple of moments when you onboard a client, and it's like you saw a video I made about induction, the body induction. Yes, yeah. There's a seated induction that eventually I'll make. But within that time, I sit there and I go, I most of the cues I use for them is like, what's the thing that sucks at the minute? So I'm not telling them about all these awesome stuff I'm going to provide. I'm like, like, what sucks? Where and why? Like, do your legs chafe when you walk? Like, how's it look when you walk by? Like, what's the thing that's causing you annoyance at the minute? And then they go, oh, yeah, that is the thing that pisses me off. Oh, yeah, that really gets me going.
Yeah.
And then you use the negative and they go, well, here's the solution to it if you want it. Yeah. You know what I mean? So like, I'm not saying with like, hey, here's what I've got to offer you. You go, what sucks?
Yeah.
Like, if your brakes are broken in your car, you're not going to argue when I say it's $500 to fix your brakes because you're like, well, yeah, my brakes are broken. I need new brakes. And I'm like, oh, the car looks really nice. And I've got a really nice machine back here and I've got cool wrenches and I've got cool stuff. You're like, I don't really care. I just need my brakes fixed. You just got to find what's the thing that's broken.
Yeah, no, that's a really good way to look at it. Yeah.
Well, most people need an emotional reactions when you're selling them shit.
Yeah.
Again, not something we're going today, but yeah, that's a whole different bag of worms.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you charging per client?
So what have we got? So offline for one session a week is $100 a week, basically. Yep. And I think it's an extra $20 a month to get access to an app that we have.
Yep. It's about 120 or 105.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
105. And then that gives you programs and then nutrition and stuff. And all that
is there all the nutrition on the app too?
Yeah. It's got calorie counters and all that and recipes, everything. It's all like pretty sweet on that sort of stuff. So it's pretty good. And, yeah, $40 for, or is it? Yeah, $45 for a consultation,
which is consult.
Yeah, for a consult, which includes like a body scan, because you have one of those machines so you can get with.
Is it a DEXA scan or is it just a wholly?
Just a wholly. So yeah. But it's still pretty accurate. Like,
a DEXA scan is DEXA scan is the most expensive, most accurate, but you got to go to a hospital to do it. About $150, $100.
Yeah.
Which with a client, I usually give them to that. But if I can do one right here, right now, and it's 90% accurate.
Yeah, well, that's it. It gives you an idea. And it gives you numbers that you can look at and be like, oh, yeah, okay. Like,
something measurable.
Yeah. Like it just straight up gives you like, if you see like a body fat percentage or, a BMI, even though it's not, you wouldn't go off BMI, but the BMI is saying, hey, you're obese. It's like.
Yeah, BMI, very, very challenging.
Yeah.
Because if you're muscular and got really dense bones,
yeah,
then you're technically obese. Well, in reality, we know we're not.
Yeah. But if you see like a 35%, body fat percentage or whatever, it's like, well, there's no hiding that. It's sort of right there,
I really love measurements that I don't do. So that's why I use DEXA scan for most of my, if not all my clients, because I go, I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
The doctor and the machine that is a 50 grand machine has told you that you're too heavy for the age category you're in. What would you like to do about it? Versus when I take a skin caliper or I do a measurement test, so there's a bit of human error and they associate me with the test.
Yeah.
Well, last week it was 22 centimeters and now it's only 22 and a half. You said I'd get 23. And you're like, they start associating you with the issue.
Yeah.
Instead of being like, the machine says this.
Yep.
What should we do about that? We're a team here.
Yeah.
So I love a good machine test.
Yeah.
Particularly for any PT.
Yeah.
I don't want anything to fall back on me if I can.
Yep.
Because I'm not the one who lifts the weights. I'm not the one who does the nutrition. You still have to do it. I'm just your guide.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it. I like that sort of like, yeah, you use our team, when you're a PT with someone, yeah, you're yeah.
I used to have a really aggressive selling model that I used, which was my best selling model. And I said to people, I said, how much do you want to lose weight or how much do you want to gain muscle? And we would do the calculations of roughly how long that would take. And I'd say, well, here's my fee for that amount of time. Here's the deal. If you stay 90% accurate to both your training and nutrition, which we'll track, and you don't get the result, I will pay you back all of this. And they're like, oh shit, really? I'm like, yeah, it gives me stake in the game.
Yeah.
So if you don't hit these results, it means that I will just give you the cash back. But now I'm more invested because I truly want you to get there. Yeah. However, if you're not 90% accurate, that's on you.
Yeah.
For them as well, it's a win-win.
Yeah.
I was thinking I was going to get that result anyway. It might be a 12-week or a 32-week block goal. You lock them in for that amount of time if that's what they want to do, or they want to do a weekly thing, and then you're off to the races.
Yeah.
And it's like, it was no different for me, really, because it's just a normal PT. It's like, I'm just going to see you for 32 weeks or whatever it be.
Yep.
And if they don't hit the markers, then you get that conversation of, hey, we didn't make it, and you're allowed to leave if you want. I don't lock you in, and I'll just keep the amount that we made along the way. Yeah. It's no different. It's exactly the same product. I've just framed it differently.
Yeah.
But you need the confidence in yourself and in your skill set to know that you can deliver.
Yeah. And they're going to feed off that as well. Yeah.
They know when you know what you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again, that's a whole different bag of worms. I wrote down a bunch of questions, but I'm assuming you might have some as well. So I'm happy to go one for one, or if you have stuff you want to talk about.
Just go one for one if you want.
So
whatever works.
Well, I was interested, of your $100 that you're charging, how much are you walking away with?
Currently 30.
Yeah, that's still, you're a beginner. $30.
Yes.
Well, it's basically an hourly. But are you paying rent?
No, I'm not paying rent.
So yeah, your rent's basically then taken out of your top end, which is okay.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah,
that's really cool. I say to people, there's two options: there's rent models and there's percent models. Percent models, I take 20% off your top, and rent model is you pay me whatever. So this is kind of like a percent model.
Yeah,
which means it's really good. It means you don't ever really have to worry about if you don't have clients, you don't get paid. That's not the case.
Yeah,
really good for learning. And now your job is to make sure that you talk to as many of the experienced coaches around you to fix your problems as quickly as you can.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's it. Because my that's the thing. My mentor, I guess, because it's an interesting situation because we've moved gym recently, or he's moved gym recently. Right before I joined him because of dispute with the old owners. Yes, it's a new gym that's opened up, and the owners of the gym aren't actually advertising it that much.
It's a word of mouth.
You know what I mean? So, well, yeah, I guess, yeah. That's what I'm sort of relying on as well. Like I'm going above and beyond with clients as well. I guess if we have a 15-minute consultation with every now and again with the online clients, I think every 2 weeks, and it's like 15 minutes or whatever. If they have questions, I'll just stay with them for as long as I do no one else. Yeah, just stuff like that. Or if we run out of time with a session and we still have a little bit left to go, or even, a lot to go. If we've been just talking, you get the talkers, I'll just stay with them. Let's stay with hour and a half, whatever. I don't care.
As long as it's time efficient.
Yeah. And just, that's it. But I think, I don't know, it could be location. Don't worry. Like I've mentioned the name of the gym and all that. And
doesn't matter. Why? You're wearing the logo.
No, the gym.
Oh, the other one. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's all good. I don't even remember what you called it. I'm sitting here right now.
I just don't want to like shit talking on a podcast.
No, you don't need to shoot. Like, but and you're not necessarily shit talking. Gyms split all the time. What commonly happens is you come on as a PT. That's a 0 to 1 year experience.
Yep.
You build up some skills. Your second years of skills, you start finding your niche. Your third years of skills, you start looking at business. Your fourth years of skills, you either buy into where you were, or you go and open up your own space, or do an online model. And then there's a split. It's inevitably going to happen in that, like, you are at the end of, if you look at your career path, and most people will do this with you in any industry, when you sign up to, let's say, work at a factory, they go, where do you expect to be in a decade? Oh, well, here's the chain of progression.
Yeah.
So in the case of personal training, you're going to learn all the stuff you need to learn. Then you will either open your own business or buy into the existing one of the two things. And your mentor will decide if he wants to step away and let someone else jump in, or open up another facility, or you might just get happy along the way where, like, you become a managerial position. You go, actually, I'm good here. I don't want to progress any further than this. I'm making my money. I've got my kids. I have other priorities.
It is a lot like an apprenticeship when you feel like that, isn't it? Yeah.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
It's just not free. Like, when I do like my stuff on this, like the business model I'm going into is apprenticeship for personal trainers. So as soon as you've done Cert 3, Cert 4s, I will produce so much content that you would as if you were working under me, and then just give it out for free. So we have like a mentorship, apprenticeship kind of style. Yeah. That's what it will be.
Yeah. That's it.
But yeah, you need to do it. Like,
yeah.
That's it.
Well, that's it. Yeah. It's more just, I don't want to put the blame on the owners, but the gym isn't being advertised, and there's no one in the gym. And that's sort of my biggest issue. And that's why my mentor now has gone to basically fund the business, keep funding the business. He's gone work FIFO. So now I'm kind of like, not necessarily on my own, because I can still message him every now and again, but he's very rarely on his phone now, because he's not allowed to be on his phone on site.
Sure.
And I'm kind of just like, oh, now it's almost like I'm on my own, like I've just been sent into the thing. And
well, that's like every other PT who doesn't have a mentor.
Yeah.
So you've got the same issues. The difference is you have someone to talk to.
Yeah.
The good news is getting clients in isn't really a problem. Once you know how to do it, it's not overly difficult.
Yeah.
There's kind of like a sequence. And I use this a lot when I talk to new guys. It's like there's three, like when we're looking for money generation, lead generation, getting clients, you must have a good marketing space. So how do I know you exist?
Yeah.
I don't. Like, word of mouth, like if I texted every single person on my phone, hey, do you need a PT, or do you know someone who needs to have a PT? You might reach 100 people.
Yeah.
It's not bad. Like I always think for every 1,000 people I talk to, 100 of them will actually look at the message. Of the 100, 10 of them might click on it, and of every 10, one of them might talk to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's a numbers game.
Yeah.
So if I just send 1,000 messages out, or 100,000 messages out, eventually you will get a client.
Yeah.
So there's a guy called Alex Mosey who's all about building business. There's a rule of hundreds. It's like if you do 100 emails every day, or 100 outreaches every day for 100 days straight, with no you will 100% end up with a full client book or have clients. So marketing's number one. Then you must be able to sell, because like if I get all these people in front of you, it doesn't really matter if you can't convince them to buy your product.
That's it.
And then you must have a product or program that is actually worth buying, because if you're selling me shit, I'll know real quick.
Yeah.
Now here's the problem. People do this, then this, then this. But I've always thought to do programming to selling to marketing. So instead of marketing to selling to programming, which looks like the way you should go, by the time you get down the run, if I get really good at marketing, then I have lots of people to try to sell to, but now I'm learning to be a good seller. Versus if I just start with the best product that is undisputably the best thing I can be right now,
everything else comes
really easy to sell it. And then when it's really easy to sell it, I have the cash to be able to pump into marketing. So if you have 8 clients,
absolutely,
I would just make it to my, like, let's even if you double it to 16, not that hard in the space you're in, just have something that's so good that even just with 8 clients, it's worth you getting $100 per client in pocket.
Yep.
So now you're on an $800 a week, which then if you just take $200 of that and sink it into here, and all of a sudden it explodes, right? But you have to create revenue first, but you can't create revenue without something that's actually worth selling.
Yeah.
If this is just shit, like if you're like, do some push-ups, bitch. Like, he's like I'm not selling anything. Like, it's a terrible program. So the order of operations is, but because in every single interaction you have with clients, you get opportunities to sell and market. Of course you do, like, because everyone you sell to will know someone. But like, it doesn't much matter if the thing you have that you're working on is shit. It makes sense. So when you have a program that's like, this is dynamite, like there's no holes in this. This is as good as, like, it's so worth the value. Like, let's say you're $100 a week. Like, the program might be a $300 or $400 program anywhere else, but it's just so good that as soon as the client starts doing it, they go, geez, this is pretty fucking good. Like, the value for it is amazing. Or even better yet, the client leaves you because they've got what they wanted and go to another personal trainer and then come back basically immediately. And they're like, fuck that. Like, you know what you're doing, and that makes me happy.
Makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Well, I think he's gone off to bring in money for the business to then advertise.
Yeah.
And then he's making programs as well. So I'm kind of in a position where I'm sort of just learning just to apply programs themselves, I guess, and just chat to people and just get good at that, I guess. So I guess I am in like a really lucky position in that sense, where I'm in a sort of like a low risk.
There's no risk. You have zero risk. So he's the other way. His priorities, he has to market to be able to sell, and then his product is you guys, because he's already got his program, you just run it. Right? So like, that's his problems, is that how do I get eyes on business so I can increase capital? But then he'll walk away with a pretty stinky check because he's getting 70% of your $100, right? But he also holds all the risk. So everything goes tits up, he suffers, not you. So that's why he gets to take that 70% because he's doing all the work.
And he's invested in me and everything. Absolutely.
It's like,
and
it's victory.
Yeah, for sure.
That's great for you, because it means you can spend the next year fumbling around if you don't learn anything, and you'll still be okay. You'll still make your X amount a week to be able to live.
Yeah, I think at the moment I just need more than 8 clients. But I think that's my biggest thing at the moment is talking to people around the gym. I see people around and they're doing their own thing, and I'm like, okay, I say hi to them.
Yep.
They're happy, and I kind of just, they look happy, and I'm like, okay.
Yep.
And that's
I guess. So like, as in, you want to get clients who are in the gym already, right? So they're already kind of wandering around. Like, hey man,
that'll sort of be my, I guess, job at the moment for like my part in the business is sort of just clean up the gym, or sort of scout the gym or whatever, and then he can do the online sort of stuff at the minute. But I'm kind of like, well, I don't know how.
Well, depends on who you want. So if you can probably get 12 by the end of the month if you want, because you will have friends who know people who know people. Like your mum and your dad or whatever, and their friends will have someone who like, oh, I'll pity hang out with Josh for a month or whatever it is. Like, it's like when you if you wanted to sell, like the kids who do lemonade, like oh, I'll buy it to key. Hey, I'm a new PT ma. Do you know anyone? Like, Rebecca, Jeanette's daughter will come over and do it. So you'll fill up your books quickly that way. But when it comes to like inside the gym, the best thing to do is not try to sell yourself. So when my books were the most full, I would have it was when I was walking around to clients, and like you'll notice when you walk out of this room, I have the scales are right next to the door. So when someone comes and weighs on the scale, I on my desk will lean over and go, "Does it say what you want?" And they go, "Oh, nah, it's a bit more than I need." You go, "Oh, it's broken, that thing. It's for 30 kilos more than Or you just have a joke with them as they walk past. Someone's lifting a big weight. You're like, "Jesus, dude, what the hell, man? Like, big boy." Like, so it's like little comments that don't amount to anything, but the client starts associating you with, oh, that's a nice guy to talk to in the gym. But what they kind of indicate is it's like 7 hours of content or communication with someone before they trust you enough to buy anything.
Okay.
So it's like 7 hours over as many platforms as you can give them, or within 3 spaces. So it's like, if I see them in the gym, and then I might see them in the strip, walking down the strip, like, "Oh, John, how are you, mate? How's the gym? Yeah, good, brother." And then walk away. Like, it all contributes to this 7-hour mentality. But it's like by the 7th hour, like, you've got a decent rapport. And then you can be like, "Hey man, do you want to come in for a consult?" Like, these are for people who haven't made up their mind. If someone's walked in the gym and they're like, "Hey, just want to know about the gym," if you can't sell them by the time they walk out, you need to work on your sales. Because no one walks into a gym to inquire. They've made enough conscious effort to walk into a gym. Can you please sell me? I just don't want to say those words. You know what I mean? Like, when was the last, if you want, like, I'm not walking into a jet ski store just like the 1% are there to look around. Everyone else is there to buy a jet ski.
Yeah.
Like you don't walk into a gym because you're looking at the furniture. you want to join a gym, like sell it to them, right?
Mm.
Does that make sense?
Cool. Yeah.
Is that helpful or not helpful?
Yeah, it's helpful. I think that connects to just being a really good PT then, because then that sort of just naturally comes with, I guess, I don't know. I think maybe that's the thing, because I'm a beginner. I'm like I don't know. Maybe now I'm thinking about it. Maybe it's a little bit of self-sabotage, because I'm like, oh, don't like.
No one cares if you say hi to them.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter.
but if they're like,
It's good. That's a good thing. That's
Yeah.
to your favor.
yeah,
No one
I
cares.
don't know, yeah, maybe I'm thinking.
And it's like, here's what you do, right? Have 2 spots in the gym you like, that anytime someone enters that spot, you either say hi or bye. So it's a rule of thumb. If someone's leaving the gym, you go, oh, see you, mate.
Yep.
They go, who the fuck? Oh, yeah, bro. Next time they leave, I see you, brother.
Yeah.
Or if you walk past and someone's doing something impressive, just hover like, hey, mate, do you need a spot? No, I'm all good. Oh, dude, it's big weights. Like, that's awesome, bro.
Yeah.
Then you're done. Like, that's it. That's the 3-second little increment, right?
Yep.
That's all it needs to be. Because over time, like, you will just accrue that this nice guy talks to me. And be like, yeah, man, I actually wanted some help on this thing. Like, can you show me how to do this squat properly? Like, I'm not going up to people unless it's in a case of danger. I don't go to people like, hey, man, do you want me to help you with your squat form? Like, most people are like, fuck off, bro.
Yeah.
But it's like, but if I just, hey, man, big weight's nice. This looks good. Eventually, they're like, hey, I actually want to work on my depth. Do you know anything about that?
Yeah.
There'll be a moment.
Yep.
Another good thing is like, give free shit away.
Mm.
People love free shit.
Yeah.
Like something that costs you nothing.
Yeah. And people will come to you more than as well. They'll be like, oh,
Well, like-
I can talk to this guy.
Like, buy a slab of 24 energy drinks for $50 and give one away to, like, do you feel more or less calm because I've got an energy drink in front of you? And you went, oh, sick. You know what I mean? Like one it kills it.
I didn't think about it, but I was like,
Yeah, it's marketing. Same with the water. Water's there for a reason. So anytime someone comes in for a consult with me, I say, what do you want, hot or cold drink? They go, I'm not thirsty, mate. Oh, but brother, if you came into my house, my wife would kill me if I didn't offer you a drink. This is my house here. Like, I'm going to be drinking something. What do you want? You don't even have to drink it. What do you want? Oh, whatever, a water. Okay, here you go. And these are like $8 for 24 drinks of water.
yeah.
There you go. Just something. You walk around the gym. Hey, man, I just picked up a slab of these things. I've got to get rid of them. Like, I don't even like them. Like, some promo guy gave them to me, but they didn't. You bought them.
Yeah.
Be like that, because let's say it's $50 for 24. Like, that will get you 2 clients over a month or whatever it be.
Yep.
Like, it's just a no-brainer.
Yeah. And then the people as well, like, I think people going to the gym who interact with you, if they're, if they have friends who someone asks them, like, hey, what's the gym like? I'm thinking about getting into it. Maybe I want a PT or whatever. And they can be like, oh, yeah, there's this really nice guy at my gym. Like, I talk to him all the time. Yeah, he's probably really chill because,
Yeah.
all that.
Name. Yeah. Use names. Massive. That was a game changer.
Yeah.
It was like, if someone says their name, make a mental effort. Like even if you go into the room, back into the office, write down, long, like bald, fat guy, Mike. Whatever helps you remember, right? Doesn't matter. Like, next time you see him, say, hi, Mike, how are you?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, you're Joshi, right? It is. If you need anything, Mike, you just let me know.
Yeah.
Again, this is more selling than it is PT. It's, there's kind of 5 businesses within PT, but selling is one of them.
Yeah.
And it comes down to personability.
Yeah. People love the handy-one hand.
And it's reps. Like, I can't stress to you enough that it is how many times are you willing to do it? Because a good example is one of my friends is looking for work somewhere. He said, oh, I can't find a job. I was like, oh, yeah. How many applications have you given out today? Said, I sent 2 emails. It's like, when I was younger, what I used to do when I was job hopping because I lived overseas, I printed off 100 resumes and I would go to a Chermside or like a big shopping center equivalent. I would just hand out every single resume. Even if I didn't like the spot, I just give them one. Yeah. And then I would do that every day until I got a job. And within a week, you have 10 calls. Yeah. It's like, it's not that you don't want a job. Or can't find a job. It's just, you're just not doing the numbers. Yeah. It's like 1,000 people are going to ignore you before the one of them calls you back. Yeah. Sorry. I wish it was easier, but it isn't. I really did wish I could be like, it's this. It's not. It's call 1,000 people. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, that's fair. I think that's something as well that, going back to the Cert 3 and Cert 4, that they just do not tell you. They don't tell you how to really how do you even really talk to people, to be honest?
Yeah.
Just it's personal training, but yeah, I honestly, now I'm thinking about it, I don't remember much from the Cert 3.
No, well, your job is get through it as quickly as you can, not retain it.
Yeah,
That's
that's
your
it.
different
Yeah,
mindset.
get the bit of paper and that says I can do this. And
Yeah.
tell everyone, yeah, I'm a PT. But it's also the reputation as well that PTs have built up, because you know a lot of friends of mine, as soon as they hear like, oh, you're a PT, oh, I wanna do this in the gym, I want to do that in the gym, I want to get big or lose this bit of fat or whatever. And it's like that,
Yeah, lots of questions that you don't necessarily know the answers to straight away.
yeah.
That's okay. A lot of people mistake personal trainers for exercise physiologists. They're like, dude, my knee's fucked. You're like, have you had a scan? Like, I was like, well, what do you want me to do? It's like, I literally have no information other than my knee hurts. Like, you wouldn't say that to your doctor. You go, like, well, the first thing they'll say is go get a scan. Yeah, that's always fun. But yeah, man, like, that's why, again, I always harp on the fact it should be an apprenticeship, because it does. I truly think if you want to make like whatever number you want, let's say it's $100,000 a year, $500,000 a year, whatever it is, all the basic skills are going to take 3 to 4 years to develop. But you can make whatever you want. Like the online model your mentor's doing, it's a killer. You make so much off online. If you don't have the stuff in place to do it, then it's nothing. It's pissing in the wind.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's invested about 40,000 into an app. So that's sort of the sort of what you'd need to start with, I guess, to even move into the online thing to really.
Nah, no way. Don't have to. You can.
What do you hate? So like, if you were to get let's say you wanted to start up an online PTing service, what would you do?
I would make, first things first, let's go back to that principle I talked about. This is one of the 3 concepts, the 3 things that matter is my marketing, my ability to sell, and my program. So if I'm going online, I have to assume that I'm trying to sell something that already works.
Yeah.
Like I know, because I've tested it in the trenches in a one-on-one setting, that let's say the key here is niche the better. And this is with personal training as well. The more niche you can make something, the easier it is to sell, because you're only trying to hit a very fine amount of people. What a big issue that people who go online make is they go, I'm going to help people lose weight. Yeah. I'm going to help the world. The world is my client. And no, it's not. Because to have that much outreach, you have to have that many eyes on you. And no one really cares about you because there's so many people online.
Yep.
But if I say to you, let's say I'm a veteran, I help veterans and I help first responders lose weight. Okay, it's a little bit niche, but there's a lot of veterans, there's a lot of first responders. You go, okay, well, here's what I do. Let's use myself as an example. I teach personal trainers how to write programs to an exercise physiology level.
Right.
It's like, so I'm only talking to personal trainers and I'm only doing this one thing. So if you have questions to me about, well, how do I do my nutrition? I can't help you. It's not my problem. My problem is how I'm helping you with your programming. So I have a very, very finite funnel of the people who I'm trying to assist.
Yep.
Way easier to market to because I know who I'm selling it to. Then I know how to sell because I know the kind of questions those people are going to ask. I know what personal trainers need because I used to be one and I am one.
Yep.
I know what the programs need because I've written well over 500,000 fucking programs in my life. And then I know who to market to. So when I'm building marketing, I know who to aim up to.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't go in my marketing, learn how to write programs. Like no one fucking cares. So I'm like, personal trainers programs are shit. You go, you're a personal trainer. Well, my program's not shit. So you click on it to see what's going on. I go, is your program shit? Do you need to be better? Do you want more clients? Like you're deliberately aiming it towards people.
Yeah.
So if in this case, you said, if you want an online platform, the first step is, well, let's just assume you know what you're selling and who you're selling it to, and it's worth buying. Big things. Most people have tried to do it without that to start.
Yeah.
Like I want to be an online PT. Well, I'm going to burst your bubble. You'll have all the same issues you have as an in-person PT. It's just now on a bigger scale. You just have less people who like to talk to you. Yeah, that I mean, it's annoying, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
So until this is sorted, it's like, okay, but as soon as this is sorted, then I can market quite well online. But when it comes to marketing, I just need eyes. Like no one knows you exist in a gym that you're walking around in, that people physically can see you being.
Yeah.
It on an online footprint, you're basically invisible. which is good because it means you can try a lot of shit and it doesn't really matter because no one's really seeing it. And if you do manage to find something that works for you, you blow up, or you do really well. It also then comes with all the benefits of like, I can work when I want because it's online. I don't need equipment. I don't need to do a red model. I don't need to do all these things. But you best believe there's a whole cupboard worth of other bullshit you don't know about yet. So like everything that looks like greener grass, there's always shit on the other side.
Yeah, for sure.
All green grass is fertilized with the shit. I promise you. Like, I promise you that's the case. It's true. It's just like, oh yeah, online model seems to make lots of money. It's like, yeah, because the dude did 10 years of personal training first. It's like, that's the bit you were missing. You know what I mean? And again, the online footprint's huge. Like there's just so many people. There's a lot of issues, but my first step is like, how many eyes can I get on my thing? And then with those eyes, how many of those become leads? And how many leads can I sell to then get to my program? And then more importantly, how do I get them to come back to this? How can I get them to not buy once, but buy again? So if I sell you $1,000 program that teaches you how to program for the rest of your life, that's awesome. Buy. Via. Like an interesting issue with us as personal trainers is you're training someone to no longer need you. You are training yourself out of a job.
Yep.
So one of the things that is interesting is that your main priority should be getting new people in the door, because within 12 months, all your clients are gone.
Yeah.
So then it becomes an issue of, well, what the fuck? What's the problem? How do I fix that? Because you're eventually going to run out of people. Like eventually your local area that you're in person with, there's not going to be enough people for you to serve. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Shit. So what do? You got to have a service that for them, like, for example, your mentor has a gym where you can just train. So like when you're done with your personal training, you might join a group class there because you like the space. Sweet. Job done. You know what I mean? On an online platform, how do I keep you here?
Yeah.
Because once you hit your goal, I take the leap. I jump online and I sell the program and I do it and I lose all that weight. See ya.
Yeah.
Problems that you don't know exist until you're there, right? So this is my point, is like online's a great model, but like, is it really your concern right now? But probably not, because you don't have this.
Yeah.
When you have that, you can do what the fuck you want.
Yeah.
As soon as you have the program to sell, you're good to go.
Yeah. Once you have the like the product itself, I guess.
But I'm biased because that's like there are other ways to do it. That's just what worked for me. As soon as I had the like undisputably this thing works, and I'll show you because here's 60 people who I worked with. Here's their numbers. I don't even need to do the sell.
Yeah.
Because you just talk to them.
Yeah.
It's like when you have a nutrition program, like I just posted a nutrition program online. It's like that has like helped like 400 people. Like if you just do it, it will work.
Yeah.
And now it got to a point where I was so sick of answering the same questions, I just filmed it. So now just have it. Like I no longer even want the cash. I just want you to stop asking me those questions. You know what I mean? Like I can help far more people and like, whatever. And funnily enough, it's actually brought more clients in than it ever did.
Yeah, that's
It's weird, right?
Yeah.
Free content is one of your marketing tools. Because people go like, they watch that whole, for example, that nutrition series. It's like 12 hours long. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, they go, here's 100 questions. Where's the price? You know, and I'm like, well, actually, my time's worth $300 an hour.
Yep.
And that's only to sit here and talk to them or whatever it be. It's interesting. But then they go, oh, that's a bit rough. I'm like, did you just get 12 hours for free?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is? Like, why do you think people are like, I want more? What do you think that is?
It's just us. I think that's very people driven, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where it's like, if I was to, why do people buy a new iPhone every year? And the iPhone works fine.
They're just something new is exciting. Oh, maybe they're chasing that feeling. Like it works, you know, it works for them. They're like, that feeling of it working. They're like, okay, how do I get that feeling again? Maybe all that.
I don't know. I can only comment within the personal training space.
Yeah.
But most of the time, when someone hits their goal, they go, cool, what's next? Like, I've lost that 30 kilos, but now I want to like look good. Like, you know, like we're very more creatures, and that's a survival instinct.
Yep.
It's like for us as tribesmen, it's like, it's never good enough to just, we build the hut. Well, now we need to build a wall. Now we built a wall, we might as well build like some weapons. Now we got weapons, like we need to get some wives. Now we got wives to do this. Now we need more kids. Now we're going to protect the kids. Like there's always a next step for like, if our ancestors weren't Moorish, we wouldn't have survived. It's like, well, now I have enough food for me, but I want more food in case I want to feed my family or in case I want to fatten up or whatever. Right?
Yeah.
Again, this is a speculation, but I would assume that our ancestors were incredibly like driven for the next thing.
It makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, I've just killed the emu with the spear. How can I do that quicker?
Yeah.
Now 2 emus.
Yeah.
Because I got all these benefits from the first emu.
Yeah.
If I get 2 emus, I can help my neighbor or sell it to someone else. And then I can do 2 things, and then I can do 3, and et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
So in the fitness space, giving stuff for free makes people have more that more-ish response. Like, well, I can get more. I want to know more. And then there's that. Now there's the paywall of what you want to do. Does that make sense?
Yes, that makes a lot of sense.
Is that helpful at all, or is that just my rambling?
Yeah, that's incredibly helpful.
You got to be careful getting me on tangents because I got good. Am I? Oh, we haven't even touched on.
Oh, that's
anything. Well, you know what I mean? Like, there's so much in this space, in the space of PT. Like, if you wanted to make $1 million a year as a personal trainer, you could. You just have $1 million worth of problems. And it comes down to, do you want to deal with $1 million of the problems for the outcome?
Well, that's it. Do you focus on sort of the most common issues, or do you just try and learn everything?
Nah. The best thing about personal training is your clients tell you what you need to know.
Yeah.
It's one of those industries, there is no illusion. My client comes up to me and says, I need to lose 20 kilos. And you go, I don't know how to do that. And you go, okay, what have you tried already? Well, I've tried dieting, but I'm not moving. Okay, so I need moving. Let's try moving.
Yeah.
I need to make him move. They go, this hurts my knee. Okay, well, how do I make this not hurt your knee? Hey, that's the next thing I need to learn. You just keep working back until it's stuff like, what's the first thing I need to know? Well, it's, in this case, how do I make someone lose weight? Look it up. Calories out versus calories in. Be in a slight deficit, but not be hungry. Okay. Slight deficit, too much, you're going to fucking kill them. Too little, and you're going to fucking kill them. So, like, find the Goldilocks in every single situation of personal training. For you. And then your client will lose all this weight and go, oh, cool, now I need to fill out so that way I don't have all this excess skin. Okay, well, let's make them bigger. Like, every client will tell you what to do.
Yeah.
And I say to, like, one of my rules of thumb, and I apologize, I'm talking a lot at you, is what I say to PTs. Just make sure I haven't lost my train of thought. It was good. What was it? Oh, no. It was good. It was something I say to
your clients tell you what you need to know.
Tell you what you need to know. Yeah. I might have to go back to that. That was good. That was a little nugget. It'll come out in a sec.
Yeah. I was thinking that's something I noticed as well, is sort of your previous client almost teaches your next client.
Yeah.
I found.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's why, if you were like, I said to the last podcast, it's like, if you've done 1,000 clients, you were like the top 1% of 1% of coaches, because no one ever gets that. And it means like you are one of the highest commodities that's going. 100%. It's because you've answered every question.
Yeah.
Like, that's the nugget. Keep doing personal training until you know all the questions. Like, I know the first 5 questions the clients are probably going to ask. And then I just either have those answers all ready to go, or I film it so I don't have to keep answering those questions. Yeah. Because you just literally, it's the same thing as the marketing. It's like, just do more of it.
Yeah.
Until you just, like, someone walks in, like, you're probably one of these 3 problems. Of those 3 problems, these are the 2 factors. Of those 2 factors, this is probably the one for you. Tell me your problem. Oh, who would have thought? It's just experience. Can't beat it.
Yeah.
And then that's why your mentor, the more active you are with them, because they save you time. Right? If they've done 20 years, all the problems they ran in 20 years, they can save you from doing it. Yeah. So you're now starting 20 years ahead on your first year. Boom, go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's the biggest thing for me as well. Like, that's the biggest thing I found, is sort of like, what you're saying, you need a mentor, and it's like, just find out as much as possible. And then that almost brings in your confidence, and then your clients will feed off your confidence.
Yeah, man. For you specifically, like, you should have all the confidence, because there's no failing for you. They're not even your clients.
Yeah.
If you fuck it up, they're like, oh, well, there's $30 gone.
I guess so. Yeah.
And your coach will be like, hey, don't do that again. And if he's a good mentor, he'll go, what went wrong, do you think? You go, oh, I think I probably shouldn't call them a fat cunt. It's like, and that said, sometimes some of my clients love being called a fat cunt. It just depends on the client, which just sounds weird, right? Like, 'cause that's a bizarre thing to call someone. For some of my male, particularly military-driven guys, if you don't swear at them, they won't work.
Yeah.
Weird, but fair enough.
No, that's what they're used to, I guess. So, yeah.
Well, then the next client, once you've been told, don't call them a fat cunt and deliver your services better, here's how. The mentor says that.
Yeah.
Cool. How do I deliver my services better? Here's how you do it. Next client gets a 20% better PT.
Mm.
You just keep doing that until you're undisputable. The best rule if you want to sell stuff is just be unarguably amazing.
Yep.
I don't really need to sell a sports car because I just know it's good. It's fantastic.
Yep.
Become a sports car.
Yeah, and then people come in looking for a sports car, don't they?
Yeah, well then your problem, but now that you're a sports car, now you need to make sure people know you're a sports car.
Yeah.
Now it's marketing.
Right.
Back to marketing. So people go into the personal training business thinking that it's a health and well-being service. It's a marketing and selling business. It 100% is. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's not what you think it is.
Yeah.
You think it's working with athletes all day and stretching and being no, you're a marketer who wears a singlet. That's what you are. Sorry. Like you are at the start. But like if you want to work with clients of high-end problems with really niche issues like recovery or osteoporosis, go and become an exercise physiologist or go into science because that's where those problems are.
Yeah.
But you won't make as much money as a high-end PT.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe. Who knows? You won't. You definitely won't. There's a really big discrepancy. And again, this is another thing I harp on all the time. There's a lot of people who are really low-end physios and exercise physios because that field is so competitive. There's so many of them that there's a huge divide between the 1% and the bottom 10%. That bottom 10% could be the most outstanding personal trainers that have ever been because they're well more than good enough to be fantastic in this space, but they're just adequate here. Like they're good at showing, which is like, since it's so diluted, it's a bit of a shame, but most people quit PT so quick that they never get an opportunity to make more money than they know what to do with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a big. I'm really not surprised about how many people actually quit personal training.
Yeah, if you didn't have guidance, I would probably imagine you're going to quit in 18 months.
Personally, I wouldn't.
Yeah,
but
depends on how. Like if there's no clients between now and 2 years, you'd probably quit.
Probably.
Yeah, because you just don't know how.
Yeah, but yeah, I wouldn't get to that point.
No, you wouldn't. You're not going to let it.
Then right, like, it's like, what are you doing if you got no client? If we get to the point where you're so dead, like, it doesn't even matter what people think. You just, it's like you said with 1,000 resumes or whatever. You just keep going, just talk to everyone. You can make everyone just.
Well, let's bring this in some into vision for a sec. How many people did I lecture to last time I was at Fit College where you were? How many people were in your class?
How many people were in my class?
Yes. Or PTs who've graduated now. How many were there, roughly?
10 to 12.
Yeah, 10 to 12. Your class was a separate class that had about 6 in it, 5 or 6. So let's just call it 15. We'll just narrow it. We'll pull it back, not push it up.
Yep.
You were the only one who texted me. When I said to the whole group, I'm willing to give you as many hours of free time as you need to make sure you get off on the right foot in this industry. 1 of 15 called me.
Yep.
1.
Yeah.
So no wonder everyone goes.
Yeah, that boggles my mind. To be honest.
It boggles your mind, right? And it's because they don't really want to. They want this easy, I walk in, I get paid, I leave. The reality is the reason I can charge whatever I want and you have to get $30 an hour is because I worked harder.
Yeah.
That's all it was. But like no one's going to give you a handout. If you want a handout, go on the dole. You know what I mean? But like in the personal training space, no one makes it who isn't driven.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's something as well. I think that's one of the first things they said, that Josh said in the class was like, someone said, "Oh, I have ADHD" or whatever. And he was like, "Good. Yeah, we all have ADHD. That's why we're here." And I think ADHD, in terms of when it comes to business, you just lock in and it's not that driven.
Yeah.
I feel like they're connected.
ADD and ADHD and business entrepreneurs. Yeah. On the higher end, which is always funny, is your own ADHD can fuck your business. So like, yeah, you're really good at multiple things, but the problem with business is it's not about how good you are at multiple things. It's how good you are at delegating multiple things.
Yeah.
But it's like right now I'm hitting a bottleneck where I have so many videos to edit that I can't talk to every client. And so my issue is that where the cash stops because there's a bottleneck of skill where I can't be your marketer, your seller, your program writer, your guy in front of camera and your editor, as well as your bookkeeper and your lawyer. I can't be all of those things.
Yeah.
So what do? Do I ADHD the fuck out of it and try to do as many things as I can poorly? Do I hire people in those spaces? Now I take a massive pay cut. So if I hire someone to do my marketing, they might be, well, I was chatting to a marketing girl the other day. It's like 90 grand for the year. Okay. So like that's now, and that's like, she just does everything. I don't do anything.
Yeah. Okay.
So, okay. Well, let's say I'm making $250,000 a year currently in profits or whatever it be.
Yeah.
Okay. So now there goes, 30 or 40%. Now I also need someone to do all my editing because that's another 50 grand if you want it done well. Okay. Now I need to, all of a sudden I'm at the top end and my business is worth $250,000 or whatever it is, but I'm making less than you.
Yeah. It's like,
you know what I mean? But then it scales and goes, woof, and then it just explodes because there's more hands on deck,
Yeah, well, that's it. It's like an investment, I guess.
Yeah. But again, these are just so not the problems that you need to worry about. This is like years down the track for you. Well, or months, depending how quickly you explode. This is funny.
But I would hope, honestly, I would hope it's not that fast because I don't think I'd be able to win.
You don't need to. You just need to find the people. Like you need to know enough to be able to find the right people. So, for example, if I wanted a marketer, I'd find someone I know who is a marketer, talk to them, and then ask them who is someone they know who's a marketer who's better than them. Then I talk to them, and then once I talk to them, I'd be like, who's someone you know who's the best 3 guys. You keep doing that until the same names keep popping up. And then you ask yourself, how can I get those people to work for me?
Yeah, right.
And that's not a right now thing. Like at the beginning, when you need more bodies, you just will take anyone with a pulse. Like, and then it eventually becomes then, how do I find the best person to bounce my business up? Again, this is all business 101. This isn't even PT 101. But for you, like right now, it's like, I want your books to be full to the point where you have a waiting list and then you can bump your prices up.
Yeah.
That's what I'd be doing for you. It's like, how many a week are you willing to take before it's like, that's enough?
See, I haven't even thought of that.
That's neat. How many hours a week, based off what you're currently doing, would you be like, that's enough?
Okay, we say about 8 times 5, about 35, I'd say, just roughly off the top of my head, I'd say.
Well, how many hours a week do you want to work in the gym?
So about 35 hours, I'd say.
35 hours is about,
so it'd be like
15 pluses. About that.
Yeah, more or less.
Because you remember that every hour I spend with a client, once you get better, there's an hour of programming that went into it, as well as the dilly-dally in between. It was like them wanting to talk and, the 15 minutes they were late, the 15 minutes longer they waited. Then also that putting them into the marketing program, making sure that I'm constantly tailoring up their stuff throughout the week, making sure that I've booked them in, chasing up the cash that they never want to pay you. Like all that stuff. Like there's an hour per client. So I've always capped that at 20. I was like, I will take no more than 20 people on ever.
Is that 20 sessions or 20 people?
20 sessions. 20 people.
20 people. Okay.
Oh, no, sorry, 20 sessions. Because I can have 20 group classes a week and have 100 people in each group class.
Yeah.
But I'm only doing 20 hours amount of work, in theory, because the program's already written. Yeah. And then that's where your money is, but you don't have the skills to write the program because you haven't done the 101s to know what the problems are you need to fix. So there's like a very clear lineage of, I'm doing PTs all the time, then I do group classes, then I go online. Or then I try to find a bigger reach, or I might even open up a gym or whatever it be.
Yep.
But PTs, you do PTs to find out what are the problems and to develop your skills.
Yep.
You then go to group classing because you can now apply the problems and skill fixing to as many people as you can, and then make more money. And then you go into the next big thing. But like right now, as a PT for you specifically, I would be looking at 20 people.
Okay.
The problem there is it's only $30 an hour for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not about $600 a week. It's not terrible, but it's not fantastic.
No.
So here's the thing though. I can't charge these guys more or talk to my boss about making more money on the dollar until my books are full, because I have to demonstrate that I'm actually worth the salt.
Yeah.
Because when I'm full, when I say, I always tell people my availabilities, and I'm honest. I say, I have one slot because someone has moved towns. Like my clients, when they come in, they don't leave. So when a slot opens, you're sure as shit that it's betting time.
Yeah.
And then it's like, how much do you want?
So do you have them like bid for it?
No, like I genuinely tell them, this is what the thing is, and I will take on the client who I think I'm going to have the most fun with, because you have to have a filtering system. I don't just no name Betty Boo who wants to do whatever. It's like, no, I like the higher end and the higher need clients because that's where my specialty is. So then I'll just choose of my 20 or 30 people on the waiting list which one I like the most.
Yeah.
As far as who gelled with me. Because, you're going to spend hundreds of hours with them in your life.
Yeah.
You better like them.
Yeah. That's best.
And then you can start negotiating when it's like, when I go with clients, if I only have 20 slots, when they're all full, I go, hey guys, prices just went up because I'm so full that because the cost of not being able to take on more people, your guys' wages have to go up. And you might lose 3 people, which is okay. Because then the waiting list of people who are really eager then just replace the spot.
Yep.
And you just keep doing that as you bump up your skills. And every time someone drops off, a new higher end client comes in until all of a sudden now you have 20 high end clients and they could give a shit what the cost is.
Yeah.
Because you got to think about percent models. So if I make 100 grand a year and real PT services are $10,000 for the year, yeah, that's huge. That's like 10% of my wage. I can't do that. If my wage is $10 million a year, you're barely 1%.
Yeah.
So I don't care.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want. As long as I'm getting what you promised in this time frame you've promised me, cool. Good stuff. But first things first, you got to fill your books.
Yeah.
Because otherwise fill your books and then you're a commodity. But cap it. I don't, 21, nope, won't take it. Sorry. Oh, come on, mate. 30 minutes a day, whatever. I'm on, number 21, no problem. No, sorry. Too bad.
Would you make an exception if they were like,
nope, never.
$1,000,
never.
$1,000 each? No, I wouldn't. Okay.
Well, that's different. They need a consultant. I'd give you $1,000 a week. What do you need? Like, if you want $1,000 for an hour, what do you need? Why are you willing to pay that much for something? I really need this. Well, let's sit down and talk about it as a one-off. You're not a client. You're a one-off. But the problem with that is then everyone will do it. That's why I never do sales. I never do like, oh, this is on special because now everyone wants it. Yeah. And it makes your product look shitter. Yeah. Like if my program was $1,000 and I'm like, for you, 600, everyone will know. You've just skinned every other client, and if they find out, you're fucked. Yeah. They go, what do you mean you give your mates this thing I'm paying full price for? Like I can give you less things. Like instead of giving you 12 weeks of high quality programming for $1,000, I can give you 4 weeks and I can give it to you for 350, but I'm just not going to give you the full product. Makes sense. The price is never negotiable, just the amount of things I'm doing. Yeah. For example, if you want an hour of my time and you can't afford it, I will give you 30 minutes. Well, how much can you afford? I can afford 20 minutes. Yeah, I can give you a good 20 minutes. How much is it? Let's do that. Yeah, fair. Yeah. Okay. It's no problem. It's all good. Yeah. It's all good. And then in that 20 minutes, you deliver a service so unbelievably amazing that they were like, oh, fuck, like, I don't even know what to do. Like, you give them a free book, you give them an energy drink, you give them everything you possibly can. And so the service is undeniable at the start. Like everyone's like, you should jump on Joshy because he's a fucking maniac. You've never seen a dude work so hard. Right. It's like, oh, that's easy sell. Now they're selling for you. Yeah. Makes sense? Yeah. Makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Yeah. But like a lot of people start off with like, I'm going to make the most expensive product possible. It's like, you have 2 weeks of experience. Yeah. You can, say what it's worth, but if it's not truly worth that, when the client gets it, they'll tell everyone. And then it's like, oh, yeah, you got publicity, but it's not the one you wanted. But if someone's like, yeah, he charged me $100 and it was $1,000 worth of quality. Yeah, I'm never leaving that spot. Yeah. That's my spot. You know what I mean? That's why I gave the nutrition stuff out for free. It's like usually that program's $500 each. No, take it. It's all yours. Yeah. Yeah. Make sense? Yep. Absolutely. So yeah. Let's just answer that point, I guess. Yeah, isn't it? Yeah, getting to that point and just sort of just do the reps. Yeah, that's it. So when I do the programming and teaching for people, the first thing you do is you give them the basics. Like here's like the basic understanding that you can improve your program right now. Like you walk out the door and your program's 20% better. Yeah, because you got evidence that I can make it better right now. Then you start breaking it down to its timely, minute stuff. So for example, if we want to make your program better right this second, we would look at it, look at what you're not doing and the problems it's going to run into, fix them, and then we break down the idea of programming. And then each step, let's say we do warm up first, I talk to you about warm up. I give you plenty of examples. We might do an hour or 2 hours of conversation. Then you leave, you write me 1,000 warm ups and come back, and then you do the next thing. You don't just show them everything at once because it's just too much information. You have to do the reps. Yeah, that's it. And just sort of, it's almost like just learning a skill, almost like a physical skill almost. It's an apprentice. Yeah. It's an apprentice. Yep. First things first, put the light in. Yep. Okay, do that 100 times. Now we're going to look at the wiring. Now we're going to look at the switch. Yep. Now we're going to look at the service board. Now we're going to go from there. You can tell I don't know anything about Sparkies, but you know what I mean? Like, that's what you do. Yeah, that's very much I'll tell you do martial arts because that's sort of well, it's exactly the same in jiu-jitsu. It is 100%. It's like I could tell you how to do every single move in jiu-jitsu if you want me to.
Yeah.
But it's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. When you're teaching jiu-jitsu, the best thing you do is show them one skill and make them practice it for a month. Don't bloat them with information. It's not helpful. So when you were learning to walk, first step is just get up. We'll worry about the steps in a minute.
Yeah.
Like first thing, you can't even get up right now. And why am I talking to you about running?
Yeah.
You know, just get up.
Yeah.
Okay, we did that. Now do it 100 times. Okay, now we take one step. Oh, good work. Now let's do 100 more. And then before you know it, you're off to the races. But
yeah,
step by step, right?
Yeah.
First things first. First things first. Yes, makes sense.
Did you recently get your brown belt?
Yeah, like a year ago. Yeah.
A year ago.
But I just popped my thumb out at JIT, so I've taken some time off, which isn't been very good.
Nice.
It's just bad placement.
Yeah, because I'm thinking like you must be like, so a year ago, so you must be like, what, a year or two for black belt?
Depends if my thumb works again.
Yeah.
It comes to this issue with jiu-jitsu is that, like, I love it. I love it to bits. And what I wanted out of it originally is the feeling I could defend myself and defend myself well. And now the only people who are going to beat me up, not that it was ever really an issue, it's a bit of an illusion that, you know, where am I going that people are going to beat the shit out of me?
Yeah.
Now the people who are going to get me are other black belts and brown belts.
Yeah.
So like, why are you still doing it? Well, you love it. Okay, well, the injury rate is so high. So you better love it a lot. Like when I put my thumb out, when I'm sitting there typing on my computer doing my editing, it was physically exhausting because I was so trying not to use my thumb. It's like, is this worth it? So you gotta weigh that stuff up too, because like, the better you get, the more issues will arise, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's just like, you know, my main problems now when I roll with people is people are so good that they're trying to pop your knees out, because that's the skill set. Like as you progress, it's harder to do leg locks.
Yeah.
Because like, well, the guy's trying to pop my knee out. If I fuck up here, or I don't know the guy very well, I lose my knee and I don't walk again for 12 months.
Yeah.
It's like I'm paying to be here.
Yeah, that's it as well. And it's time that you could be. Yeah, it's
It's an
yeah.
You have to want it.
Yeah.
Or you have to really love it, one of the two. So I love for people to know how to defend themselves, and past that point, it's up to you what you want to do. Don't lose the skill, but you know, some people will never see black belt, and that's okay.
A lot of people will.
Most people are probably, I will eventually, but it might just not be in the time frame I thought I was going to do it when I started.
How long have you been doing it for?
Like 8 years.
8 years? You already Brent?
Yeah.
Well, just what, 10 years?
Yeah, which makes sense. I was doing twice a day, every day up to purple.
Oh, okay, right.
So I kind of like, it is 10 years, but you can do 10 years in 5 years. You just have to do the same amount of time, just in that amount of time.
Yeah. Where's BJ Penn and just...
Yeah, BJ Penn did it in 3, but he did the amount of reps it took to get a black belt in 3. It wasn't because he did anything. He was a phenom. He was exceptional, but he also happened to do so many reps, it would be unrealistic for him not to win.
Yeah.
That's another rule in this. It's like, do so many reps, it's unrealistic that you would lose.
Yes. That's where confidence comes from as well.
That's why it's exactly right.
Yeah. That's it. It's like, there's no pressure, but yeah, that applies to everything when it comes to sports as well. Like people talk about pressure or whatever, but if you look at someone like a Cristiano Ronaldo who just is known for training all day, I don't know, that would be the equivalent to like if someone told you to like walk over there and you get $1 million, would there be pressure on you? It's like, well, you walked all your life.
Yeah, none. Like, but as soon as I put you on a tightrope, you shit yourself. You've been walking your whole life. If I put a meter beam on top of a 500-meter story building, whatever, you shit yourself because you're just different, same skill in different spot.
Yeah.
So you talk to people all day long, but then as soon as they put you in a gym, since it's a new setting, it's a different animal.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
But yeah,
so you got a load of skills again.
But yeah, that's when it comes to like, if you have a really good program and a really good knowledge base, that's where the confidence comes from, because you can't really.
It's hard to fuck up something you know so well you don't need the slides anymore.
Yeah, that's it.
There was my favorite lecturer, ironically, is my father, which is a bit stupid, but he's been doing podiatry for 43 years. And when he puts a slide on and you're sitting in a lecture hall, he looks at the slide and and then goes back to conversation. So he looks at the slide once and goes, oh, that's right. And then continues his conversation as if not, and almost without breaking stride.
Yeah.
It's because he's 43 years of looking at those fucking slides, and 43 years of being that practitioner. He surely knows what he needs to tell you. So it's just that kind of confidence can't be bought. It has to be trained.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's like when you're talking about like showing someone how to do a squat, if you yourself have squatted 100,000 reps, even if you haven't looked into how to do the form properly at all, within that rep space, you'll probably have figured out a thing or two.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of people gravitate to the big guys in the gyms who aren't trainers when they ask them questions because they just look like they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
I see you all the time and you're massive. You must
Yeah, it sounds like there's the proof right there. Like, Yeah. Yeah, and I've heard you say that as well. I remember at Fit College, I think. Might have been Fit College?
Yeah.
Might have been here. I don't know.
Either or.
Yeah, you were like, looking big is like that helps. It definitely helps.
Yeah. I get in trouble a lot because one of my lines is don't be a fat PT.
Yeah.
Can't be. It's not possible. Unless your niche is let's say you're post-child and your niche is selling to other post-child women, then you looking like that is something that's really good because the women are going to look, or even if you're like a tradesman and like you're trying to sell to tradesmen, you sure as shit should look and speak like a tradesman. But the majority of people who are going for nutritional and health advice want to talk to someone who look like the thing they want to become.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
If you're a car salesman and you're driving a secondhand fucking Honda Civic that barely works, like it's hard to take you seriously.
Yeah.
It's like when I used to repair watches, like a rule was you had to have $1,000 watch on.
Yeah.
You must have that.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like going to a dentist with bad teeth or a tattoo artist without tattoos. And
it's weird, right?
Or bad looking tattoos,
It's weird.
Yeah.
So as a personal trainer, you either have to show them by physically being amazing, or you look exactly like the thing you're trying to do. You don't have to be a bodybuilder, but you just have to look like the thing you're trying to do. Or you just have such an undisputable knowledge base that they only need to talk to you for 5 minutes to know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Have we gone through any?
We haven't done any of the questions.
Oh, jeez.
That's okay.
Okay, the first one, I guess.
What's your niche? What do you want to niche?
Cool.
Have you figured it out yet?
No.
Good. You shouldn't have yet.
No. I don't know enough. It's sort of. Yeah, it's frustrating to me because I don't like, this is the same with my last job. I hate starting things and not knowing anything because I just want to know everything. So,
sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I gravitate towards anything. I just sort of helping people, but I don't know specifically what I want to help people with. I guess I've got a client who wants to start going more into like a powerlifting sort of thing.
Sure.
And then I've got clients who just want help with their mental health and they just want an escape. So, it's sort of just, and then I've got older clients who, with osteoporosis who just, want to fight that off basically and just stay active, I guess. And then I've got others who want to lose weight. So I've got a sort of a mixed bag with my 8 clients, and I don't really have a preference with them. I'm kind of just
you shouldn't. Yeah, you really shouldn't have a preference.
Yeah.
Right now, it's get as many clients as you can to figure out what you like and don't like.
Yeah.
It'll be a lot easier to figure out what you don't like when you've experienced it. So I don't like working with under 13s.
Okay. Why is that?
Because I did an under 13s class for a year.
Yeah.
And they are not mature enough 90% of the time to be able to value the stuff I was giving them.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair.
It ended up becoming games day.
Yeah.
But I gave them really high intensity, thinky games that are great, but like that's not what I signed up for. However, there was a lot of money in it because kids make money, are good for your money generation, but it wasn't rewarding in the way I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
But then my 14 to 17-year-old boys only powerlifting muscle building class was awesome because they're all there because it was quite niche, right? Like you have to be in this age bracket and you have to want to put on muscle mass, which shocked me. Every teenage boy wants to do. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's that class went off really well. And the guys are really fun because they're mature enough to be able to hold the conversation and to understand the value that you're giving them.
Yes.
And like oh, I want to learn more. Tell me more. Like they would be there all goddamn day if you let them.
Yeah.
What a great class. So that's fun.
Yeah.
I hate kids. Like, no, I hate kids in that space, right?
Yeah.
Or like for older people, like I don't like training above 80.
Okay.
I like training between 60 and 80.
Is it because you can't really, like, you're almost like wasting your potential if you're doing stuff like that?
It's not like the needs of the client just outweigh the amount of time and patience that I have. So sometimes like there's some 80-year-olds who are killers, mind you, but a lot of the clients I help are that they're already in such a state that there's not a whole lot I can do to bring them back. But it's like they've done 45 years of a bad habit that I'm trying to undo.
Yeah.
And cognitively, they're not really as sharp as they were.
Yeah.
So they don't really value. It's the same issues with the kids. They're not necessarily as switched on as they were, and the issues are significant.
Yeah.
Versus a 6-year-old can, within 3 or 4 years, make some significant change in their life and live really well up to the 90s and not beyond, provided they don't run into any issues.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So you feel like you're wasting your time almost with if they're not.
It's not a waste of time. It's a personal preference that I have as a personal trainer. It's like you very quickly find out, like I did. So I in my first couple of years, I just took on every single niche and every single client I could. So I did disability, I did kids, I did older folks, I tried to do a woman's female only class. Shocker, didn't work because I'm not a female.
Oh, so it just didn't take you? Or?
Well, it's a hard thing. It's a hard sell. Females only class, male instructor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hard. But if I did like a 20-year-old males only class, since I at the time was 20 and a male, probably a bit easier to sell. You know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, the disability was very rewarding, but not necessarily very profitable or fun.
Was it profitable?
It was all under NDIS.
Yeah.
So yes, it was profitable, but like you can only take on so many. So the idea is you take on so many clients, like we kind of discussed, that you booked out, and then you make classes. And I just wasn't willing to do the work to get to the point where I could make disability group classes because there's just too many there's too many hands on. I'd have to get too many other coaches to help me.
Right.
Because like if you have 5 guys with downs, like they're having the time of their life, but you need to be really diligent. So if I had 20, although yeah, the money's better, it's the lemon and the squeeze just wasn't there.
Yeah, that's fair. And then I think
some guys will make it work. Some guys get it done. They just figure it out. It just wasn't for me.
That's fair. Yeah, I mean, some kid kicking you probably didn't help.
Yeah, that was fun. That's all right.
You
hurt his leg.
Yeah, you checked it and then you got in trouble.
Yeah, but that's the industry. That's a whole other industry, right?
Yeah.
But that's okay. Well, yeah, man, like just take on every single client you can. And the more different they are, the better for you. Because right now it's just you're fishing with a net. You're just trying to figure it out.
Yeah. What kind of fish are out there? What kind of fish? Yeah.
It's exactly right. So yeah, niche. As soon as you at the end of your 4-year apprenticeship, you should have an idea of what you want to try. Like you reserve every single right to change your mind.
Yeah.
There's no problem and there's no issue that today you're like, I want to learn how to do this. And you do it and you hate it. You have every single right to change your mind in this field. Yeah. People are like, no, you've been doing teenagers for 2 years. You should stay in the teenage space. No. If you don't like it, leave it.
Yeah.
Easy.
That's it.
It's no big deal. Yeah.
Sweet.
Program break. Yeah. We're going to crack into that. It's funny that a lot of the questions you've brought up about marketing and selling, it's like, yes, I can help you with it, but I'm a specialist in programming. That's what he goes. But but they're really valid points. Like a lot of the personal trainers' issues at the start is, how do I get clients?
Yeah.
I'll learn the skills. How do I learn the skills without the clients? Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
that's the problem. That's another. Yeah.
But then, how do you get the clients without the skills? And
yeah, like you can always learn a lot online.
Well, yeah.
But like it helps. The
real confidence, I think, comes from applying it to someone and then being like, oh yeah, that feels right. Like I think that's been the biggest confidence boost for me. Like if I'm fixing up someone's form, I'm like, well, this is what I was taught. This is what I've, and then it looks good to me. And then they're like, yeah, that feels right. That feels better. And then they're able to lift one. I'm like, oh, like that's like the reassurance. That's like, okay, yes, this stuff does work.
100 reps.
Yeah.
Tell 100 clients to form, and if it works every time or most of the time, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Good point for you when you're looking at doing these things with clients and like skill development. This is in programming, which is like the space that I can actually help you with. There's 4 issues that clients are going to run into in programming.
Yep.
They either cognitively just don't understand what the fuck you're talking about. Do a squat. I want you to, both do isometric and then eccentric and concentric contraction of the quads to allow you to go up and down through the sagittal plane. Have a great time. Make sure your weight bearing on the back of the shoulders. Make sure you're not too high so you don't offset the midline, nor too low to overstimulate the rectus femoris and the rectus abdominis. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Like they don't care. Clients don't care.
Yep.
The thing that helps with cognition is simple analogies that are external. If I say anything internal, I've probably lost them. So if I say to you, I need you to tighten your core, what does that mean? I have no idea what you're talking about. If my core wasn't tight, I couldn't stand erect. I would flop over like one of those wavy inflammable tube people.
Yeah.
Like your core is always on, otherwise to an extent, otherwise you wouldn't be able to stand. So what do you mean tighten it? Or stand tall at the top of the deadlift. What does that mean? Well, what do you mean stand tall? Well, I want you to think about there's a cup of water on your head and you don't want any of the water to spill out. Oh, okay. Instant fix.
Yeah.
If I try to tell you how to throw a basketball, there's so many little things in this movement that are really, really challenging. And so I'm like, okay, so I need you to bring your hand up to like 90 degrees and you need to bend your wrist, move forward and flick your fingers at the top of the movement. What? I need you to imagine that there's a cookie jar on the top of a shelf. I'm just going to reach in, I'm going to grab that cookie.
Yep.
All of a sudden they're doing a perfect movement.
Yep.
So the issue was not that they're an idiot or they don't get the movement. It's that you didn't cue them properly. Great book. And The Language of Coaching by Nick Winkelman. Fantastic podcast as well. Watch one of his podcasts, you get the idea. It's really good. Alternatively, I'll show you at a later time. Really good stuff.
Yeah.
So cognition is a massive issue. Then we need to look at, are they muscularly even able to do the thing? Like, do they have the muscular strength to perform the task? So if I'm like, they can't do a 200 kilo deadlift, what an idiot. It's like, well, they're just not strong enough to do it. Is it an issue with the deadlift or is it an issue with the weight? So for example, you get a female who's trying to do an overhead press with the bar and they can't do it. Like, oh, well, you're not strong enough to do overhead press. No, the bar's 20 kilos. And for a lot of people, that's too much. Give them some dumbbells instead. Lighten it. See if they can do it with 1 kilo.
Yep.
Yeah, they can do it. It's not a strength. It's not a cognitive or it's not they can't do the movement. They're just not strong enough to do it. Good. The next thing I want to have a look at, this is for this cognition. There's muscle. Structure is a big thing. Structure is that there's something in their body that just means they can't do it. They might have a protrusion of a bone, a deformity. They might just have really wide hips. And so when you try to get them to stand close for a close-legged deadlift, they just really struggle with it because structurally they're just not there. That's okay.
Yep.
There might be people who do sumo deadlifts just by instinct because they're massively hipped people.
Yeah.
Versus people who are real quite narrow and they do really close deadlift.
Yep.
Now, neither's right or wrong, but considerations.
Yeah.
Have you seen that already? Yeah. The final issue you run into is flexibility.
I do have a question about that.
Please.
Yeah. That I have written in. It was basically, what's your go-to way to sort of figure out which one it is, and is it dependent on what movement they're doing? Yes.
Yes, and yes. Yeah. 100% dependent on the
Honestly, you go on a tangent, just go off on that.
Go, attack it.
Yeah.
Like a pit bull.
Yeah.
You're right. It is 100% client unique, it's 100% movement unique, and it's 100% one of those 4 things, usually, or a subcategory of.
Yeah.
But safe to say it's usually one of these issues. So the flexibility, it's their cognition, they don't understand it, muscular, they're not strong enough to do it, or there's something structurally getting in their way. Try to get someone with a massive set of breasts to do a bench press is really challenging because they just don't have the movement. So they're not getting the result that you want. But then you put them on dumbbells, so they can go below and they're no problem.
Yep.
Okay. So that's something to consider.
Makes sense.
But yeah, when I'm looking at a client, the first thing I do is I say, can you do this, please? And I've watched them do the movement. They do it. For whatever reason, I'm not satisfied. Or I'm like, oh, I think that there was an issue here that we can resolve. I want to see if it's one of these 4 things. And I say to them, first things first, I go, I might do, it doesn't really matter the client kind of shows you what's first. So they don't go very low on a squat. I would check if it's a flexibility issue. So let's say in a squat, the problem with a squat, there's a lot to it. Like the longitudinal chain, which is the muscles and connective tissue and ligament stuff that run from your back to your heel, anywhere along that can be tight.
Yeah.
So if I'm like, oh, my back's sore, it's like, well, that's just telling us that there's a fire. Your alarm's going off. It just hasn't told me where.
Yeah.
Like your foot, your plantar fascia could be tight. And that's running now to make you have a tight calf that's giving you a tight hamstring that's now hurting your lower back. So yes, your lower back's sore, but it's because your foot's tight.
It's like a chain of compensation.
Yeah, it's that kind of stuff. Yeah, for sure. 100%. So I'm going to look at their flexibility. I'm like, okay, let's see. Can you grab those keys off the floor for me? And they do it and they really struggle with flexibility. And the clients are vocal. You're like, hey man, what's your flexibility like? Oh, bro, don't even talk to me about my flexibility. I can barely, I haven't touched my toes in 22 years or whatever it is. Like, oh, I'm trained. You don't need that. Like, you know what I mean? Like pretty quickly, or there's a heavier client. So there's just flexibility, their strength issues and flexibility issues because they're too big to be able to move stuff, right?
Mm.
So like, well, the issue here is flexibility. So within their programming, if squat pattern is something I need them to be able to do well, I would incorporate it in their warm up and their cool down to have something that's going to create a bit of space in their squat movement. Make sense?
Yep.
If it's a structure issue, it's usually really evident. So if they're a very large person and you're trying to ask them to do a sit up, but their own excess tissues getting in the way, yeah, or you can say like subcutaneous fat, or you can say subcutaneous tissue. Like, you never call people fat; they don't like it. What
if they call themselves fat? I've got a client doing it. He calls himself fat every time, and I'm like,
he can say whatever he wants. It's about him.
Yeah, but I'm like, I'm not gonna.
Don't call him fat. If he wants to call himself fat, yeah, good.
Yeah, because he's always joking around with it. I'm like, but you're getting better. I don't want to. Yeah. And then as a joke, I'm like, no, I'll just do it right.
No, you're allowed. Like, if it's just trust your guts, trust your gut feeling. Say, yeah, I don't want to call you that.
Yeah.
Like some clients, some PTs, I just don't swear. I adapt depending who I'm with.
Yeah.
Like, if I don't want to swear because I want that professionalism all the time, yeah, I just won't swear. That's just trust your gut. You know where you feel. If you're like, I'm uncomfortable. There's probably a reason. Yeah. I don't want to call him fat. Don't. No one's making you do anything.
Yeah.
Like that's the key. And like that keeps you also in scope to say, oh, I'm a little nervous about trying to get this person to do this movement or rehab their knee. So I'm just not going to do it. I'll ask my mentor, is that outside of my scope? But not right now. We're just going to skip that.
Yeah.
Like you don't do it in front of the client because you don't want to make them feel like you don't know what you're talking about. It's probably like, we'll look at this later. I want to double check some stuff before we do that.
Yeah.
Move on. Because it's like you knowing what your scope and knowing it quickly is really valuable, but you have to be in space where you're allowed to learn that. So you just have rules in place. No, you don't bounce out of the bubbles we're allowed to do, which it's a bit crazy how much a PT can and is allowed to do. So it's finding the line is a very unfortunately steep process where you go, I'm good. Oh, fuck. Oh, good. Oh, no shit. And it's a lot of my mates. I've had issues with clients who've tried to sue you because they're like this, and this happened while I was at your gym. And because you knew your scope of practice, you were fine. But like it will eventually happen to you if you're in the game long enough. Where in my case, I was working with a client and another PT. The client squatted and didn't tell us that they had recently had a knee reconstruction and hadn't told us that they're not weight bearing and they shouldn't be doing stuff. And in the processes leading up to that, after queuing, they still didn't tell us. And then through his squat, as he went down the stairs after the session, he hurt his knee and thought it was the squat that was the problem. And then, unfortunately, the person I was working with at the time goes, oh, we're so sorry. Hopefully we can do something to help you, which then puts blame on us. But in reality, it's maybe you shouldn't skip down the stairs if you just had a knee reconstruction. Was it the body weight squat with the assisted TRX, or was it the fact that you were jumping down the stairs on the way out to your car? Who's liable there? Well, probably you. You know what I mean? So inevitably going to happen. But in this space, flexibility, we check it. Structure, it's pretty evident when there's a structural issue. Strength, it's pretty evident when there's a strength issue. It might just, and the best thing to do there is just offset it. Give them a TRX or something to suspend them, to bring them up. Reduce the weight, reduce the depth. Like if there's a flexibility issue, but I still want to squat, I just don't make them squat as well. Irrelevant. We can work it takes 18 months to get a good deep squat. So like just every time they do a squat, here's my little bar and such. Every time I do a little squat, like if they can only squat this far, cool. Just put that in their programming, have slings or safeties really, really high. And then over the months as they progress, their metric is not how much weight they can do. It's how deep they can go while still holding structure.
Yeah.
That's the new metric.
So how would you sort of incrementally go down again? Would you do like a little bit of would you do flexibility specifically with with a squat for for example?
You got great question. Ready for
how would you do it?
You ready for this really easy, annoying? This is annoying. It's going to annoy you because it is straightforward.
Okay. No, that's
all the best stuff that you're going to retain is dead set simple. And it's taking a really, really complicated concept and making it like a 2-sentence thing to remember for us as PTs.
That's good.
So the really easy thing when we have these issues, it's like they're not strong enough, they're not flexible enough. Okay. I want you to loosen. Space bar, loosen. You get the idea. Loosen the tight shit. tight shit and tighten the loose shit. So does that make sense? Yes. So if I'm trying to squat and their quads are restricting them, John, where do you feel the tightness? Oh, my lower back. Okay. Well, let's have a look at it. Have a look at the lower back. Okay. Well, your lower back's tight. The opposite to lower back is the core. So let's have a look at, let's say, we're just going to spend a month, John. We're just going to do some flexibility stretching for your lower back. Not a bad idea anyway. We might try to strengthen up the core a little bit for a month. Not for a week, for a month, John. Let's see if that makes any notable change. And in a month's time, we look at the squats again, and they're a little bit deeper. John, what's the restriction? Oh, my glutes are just holding really sore when I do this movement. Okay, well, let's loosen up the glutes. What's opposing the glutes? Where the TFL opposes the glutes, the quads can oppose the glutes. It might still be a core issue. And you just keep walking down, like, look at them and say, what is tight? Well, his calf is tight.
So something's tight, the opposite is loose? Is that
Not always.
not always?
No, it's not a rule of thumb.
Okay.
But, like, not a bad idea to loosen tight shit.
Yeah.
Like, even if you're not tightening loose shit, you can always loosen tight shit.
Yeah. So how would you do that in terms of like specifically with flexibility? Let's say they've got
Stretch.
just stretch, and then so you stretch, it becomes looser, and then you want to strengthen it while the muscle is stretched.
Well, you don't need to. Well, in your warm up. So again, this hits that programming nugget on the head. Within your program, in your warm up, within your 6 or 10 step warm up, you are programming in how the muscles that we're going to use, the joints that we're going to use, lubricating them, loosening them, showing them what you need them to do, and then you do your functions. So you're already kind of doing that in your warm up anyway.
Yeah.
And then in your cool down, if your client's a strength client, most forms of strength training will shorten muscle as it grows.
Yep.
Because it just tears and tears, it heals and heals shorter than it was.
Yep.
And we're condensing it. We're deliberately compressing this movement.
Yep.
So we need to elongate it. So when we're doing our cool down, we got to elongate or lengthen the stuff that we've just shortened. And if you just do that over long enough time horizon, you'll probably find that the client would be a bit better off.
So stretching after.
Yeah.
After this.
I wouldn't do static stretching before unless the client like, well, you can. That's also not true. You certainly could if you want to. But like you're trying to warm up the muscle, create some blood flow so that way it's less restricted in movement.
Yeah.
But this is something we would deep dive into in programming.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Does that help? Yes. So when someone has an issue that's like, this is sore, firstly, stop. Like you're not trying to assess something while someone's under load. If they're like, oh, that hurts, stop. We don't need to hurt anyone, but we can do this body weight. Let's just have a look first.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like, oh, I want to get big and strong. It's like, you will, but right now you can't touch your toes. It's like, then you've got to weigh up what the client has asked you to do versus what you need to do with them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
This annoys the shit out of me. Where it's like, and it will annoy the shit out of you eventually too, where you know exactly in time what you need to do to help this client, but they just want a bigger bum.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't think the bum's the issue. It's the 20 kilos that's hanging off the front of you. That's the problem.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I want a bigger bum. Okay, well, what's the client hiring you to do? They're hiring you to lose that weight, or do they want the bigger bum? Well, give them what they asked.
Yeah.
Like, you're not there to fix them. They're there to provide whatever service they asked for.
So you would, if they...
Absolutely. I would tell them, hey, I'm happy to do this. This is also some things I've considered for you. But what do you want at the end of the day? It's like you bring your car into me and I fix your car, but I give you a new muzzler as well. I didn't want a muzzler. Oh, it's better. It's like, even if it is, it doesn't matter. I didn't ask you to.
Yeah. So you sort of give them all the information and be like, where do you want to go from here?
Yep.
Like we can still do it your way.
Educated and said.
Yeah.
It's like I saw a javelin thrower. Like I have a guy in here who plays golf. Comes in, he's like, I want my golf swing to be better. So I can make it, but I also want to be functionally stronger. Like, well, here's the thing with golf swinging. One side of your body needs to be really loose, and the other side needs to be really tight to allow for that effect. Same with javelin. Like one side's really loose so it can like whip, and one side's got the power to throw it.
Yeah.
Functionally, that's terrible. One side's really tight, one side's really loose.
Yep.
So if I make you structurally sound again, your javelin throw will be shit.
Yeah.
Same with the golf guy. If I do that, like your golf swing's going to be shit. I can, but what would you rather? Oh, well, I want my golf swing to stay strong. Well, we can make your golf swing stronger, but just keep in mind that you're going to have to sacrifice something somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, if I want to be a massive bodybuilder, it means you're probably not going to be able to run very fast. So what do you care about? Oh, I just want big muscles. Oh, well, we don't have to worry then.
Yeah.
So like it's educated consent with client.
Yeah.
But it's like, you're like, yes, I can give you this, and here's what you'll have to give up to do it. Do you still want to do it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to get it. Exactly. Right. I want my BMI to be lower. Okay. Well, you need to lose weight. Okay. Well, it means you might need to eat differently.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. Probably not the best goal for you then.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense. Be honest with people. And it's simple. Like, there's simple, like, when you get these little names of shit down and you can describe stuff quite simply, it makes it easier for the client. So if you go, oh, it's like 2 words, I get that. You do some tight shit, I can do that.
Yep.
So then they get it too. You don't need to go into depth because they get it too. Make sense?
Yeah. Absolutely.
So, this is what happens when you give me 2 cans of energy drink and ask me about a thing that I'm literally obsessed with. So I just talk and talk.
Well, that's good though, because that's what I need right now.
The best thing is, since we've recorded it, you can just look over it as much as you want.
Yeah.
So you're like, what did he say about that thing? Oh, there you go. This is one of my biggest developments recently is like, every time I get a question asked me more than 4 or 5 times, I film it and record it and then we'll post at a later date.
Yep.
So it's like, you just end up saving so much time. And people like, now with nutrition, I'm like, hey, have you watched that course? Like, nah. I'm like, well, when you finish that course, come talk to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So let's do all of your questions. Some of the stuff that you've had for me.
Okay. So one here on the like the sort of tests you do with clients at the start.
Yep.
Well, I tested agility, and would you test agility for someone who just wants to do like just strength training?
Don't have to. You can.
You can, but
It's an upsell.
yeah, okay.
It's all it is. So like those like I put in a very like there's even more tests I could have put into that video. For agility, it's like for guys like, I want to be a big strong bodybuilder. When you're reading them, like you're talking to them, they're like, oh yeah, that cardio stuff's gay or whatever they say. Don't make them do the agility test because they don't care about it. Like, you've actually hurt yourself in that serviceable moment where it's like, versus when you get them to do the push-up thing, like, yeah, fuck yeah, like read the client. Like if it's a generic, I don't really know what I want. I know I want to lose weight and gain muscle mass. You do the full run with them. You use that time to upsell. You might do the flexibility stuff with a strength client though, because how good are they structurally?
I think those go hand in hand, like flexibility and strength.
Yeah, you lose it as soon as one gets really good. And it actually, the best way to frame it for them is that if you're not flexible, you can't increase your gains anymore. You actually hit a cap because it's not strength issue; it's a flexibility issue. Yeah, but agility it's very like, all the rules I put out online are all general. It's like they are, once you know the rules, you can break them.
Yep.
It's like boxers, when you learn, have your hands on their chin so they can cover really well. Then you see like Conor McGregor's hands really low, or whoever. It's because they know the rules well enough that now they don't have to apply by them. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, they're just good enough to know the context. They can change it.
Well, that's it. Floyd Mayweather's really famous for that, I think, because
he's just so good at doing what he does. He doesn't need to follow the rules anymore.
Yeah.
Learn them so well. Like, that's a good rule of thumb in this industry, is learn all the basics so well, you no longer need them.
Yeah, fair. This one's more of a specific one to, I guess, programming with older clients.
Yeah.
Would you program getting off the floor as a thing, like just doing repetitions of getting off the floor?
Depends. If they
want to do it, if they're comfortable with it.
Yeah, it's a lot of older clients. They usually, once you tell them that the first skill you lose is your age, your ability to understand, and your mobility and your likelihood of death increases dramatically. Because a lot of the time when people fall in their older years, the thing that kills them is they couldn't get up to ask for help.
Yeah.
So hand strength and the ability to understand are the 2 skills I look for the most in the older populace, because hand strength is directly affiliated with someone's overall health.
Yeah.
So if they've got poor hand strength, it would be an indicator their overall health isn't fantastic.
Right.
Those are the 2 things. So for some of the older clients, I have ground to standing 3 minutes in their programs.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like, show me how many you can do. Go.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, because I think that's one of those things as well. Like, even if they do get really old and their muscles are broken down or whatever,
Atrophy away.
if they know, if they've done it a million times, they can still get up, I guess.
Yeah.
In theory.
You're right. In theory is the best. Bro, every single question you ask will be depends on what the client.
Yeah.
It always depends in PT. Depends.
Yeah. That's something you learn.
It always depends.
Yep. How would you go about like finding a physio to refer people to? I guess just
Really hard.
really hard.
It's really hard because the physio will usually take the client and keep them
Oh,
very commonly.
yeah, rough. Okay.
So the trick is either keep giving clients to the physio until they just have so much business that they don't want to lose you. They see you as like a almost like an advertisement in yourself, right?
Yeah.
Or get good enough that you don't need a physio as much. So you can some of the more common in scope stuff that you can rehab you do. Or find a physio who's really like just ask 100 physios and see which one bites back and then work with them. So it's another numbers game thing.
Yeah.
But the problem is you're limited to location if you're a physical PT.
Yeah.
So there might only be 30 physios around you. The good thing is there's 500 of them every year. They get released from this university. So that's all. There'll eventually be a physio that is willing to work with you.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yep. Didn't even think of that though. You're
Yeah.
stealing your clients.
They always very commonly do because most physios will work in the same building as an exercise physio who has like their revenue is from keeping their client there as well.
Yeah.
They're almost your competitor. They're just better at doing a specific thing, which is rehab.
Yeah.
But like the top 9 skills, when you do rehab courses, there's some great ones in Melbourne. The first thing that my lecturer said to me is the top 9 issues that people come into the physio clinic with are ones that are in scope of practice for a personal trainer and can be fixed on the day.
Yeah.
Or within your scope.
Right.
And everything beyond that, you should have referred out anyway.
Yeah.
But after beyond that, knowing you don't even do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair. Okay. I'm gonna look into that then.
You should. But that's not a right now problem.
Yeah. No. A specific one was shoulder press. If you were to do like, what would be your go-to? Like, if you were to say, do some dynamic stretches before doing shoulder press, if they wanted to go straight up. If let's say you're programming them something with the Smith machine, like a Smith machine overhead press, what like specific? Let's say they can't. We do the wall test or whatever, and they can't do it. But then, if they stretch a little bit, they can.
Sweet. Could you go?
Yep. What kind of stretches would you recommend?
Stuff that loosens the shoulder.
Yeah. But I don't know, is there a specific one that you're like, oh yeah, this just works. We can just get it out of the way. Just do it real quick.
Yeah. So the things that I look at there's a couple of muscle groups that I look at when I'm looking at shoulder imbalance. And this is, again, in scope of practice. And when I just mentioned the 9 things that they're most common for the physio, this falls in that category of like the things that I would be looking at before I refer out is the pec major and pec minor often are tight. So that being, if I was to follow my collarbone, I find this divot that's like underneath my collarbone.
Yep.
Going directly below that is like where my pec minor and major will sit.
Yep.
Above it minor, below it major.
Mm-hmm.
I would loosen those up with a foam roller or get them to manually do it with like a tennis ball.
Okay.
From there, I then do the lat because the lat is also really involved in pulling shoulders forward.
Yeah.
It's more likely that your client's going to have an issue with the shoulder being too far forward than it is too far back.
Yeah.
Too far back, like I have seen it. But it's 1 of 1,000. So I don't bother showing people how to fix it. I just refer it out.
Yeah.
Then I look at what is the actual rotator cuff. So the muscles at the back of the shoulder doing. So I try to loosen those up too. Again, with either a foam roller or a tennis ball or a cricket ball. Okay. Because they can do that. I don't need to touch them. That's all that. Like that's manual manipulation that I don't even have to do.
Yeah.
And then depending on the level that they need, they might need a foam roller might be perfect for them because it's just enough intensity, but they might be a bigger person and they need something a bit more specific. So you might like use a cricket ball or whatever it be.
Okay.
And then you retest them. And then you can start looking into stretches that are in the range of what the shoulder does. So I suggest you know the movements of what the shoulder joint does and then test them to see where the resistance might be.
Yeah.
And then stretch it with bands. I would have my common one is I put a band on the client and I get them to move through the range that is the shoulder movement.
The wrapping one that you showed me?
Yeah, the to-do flossing. No, that does work though. That's pretty good.
Oh, that's a different one?
Yeah, I just put a band on a cage. I start with it forward fronting.
Yep.
And do this and move it around a little bit. And then I turn them so it's pulling the shoulder back. And then
and just get that range of motion.
Yeah, Jeff, and like just try to alleviate it. And you might find that it's actually a core or a lower back tightness issue, not a shoulder issue.
Okay.
And then you can still get them to do a press. You just have to determine if it's appropriate. If they're like only 10% inflexible, they're 10% away from the range you feel comfortable with. You can just get them to do a single arm so they can rotate with it.
Yeah.
You just can't load them as heavy.
Yeah.
in theory. That's without looking at your client.
Yeah. Okay. Fair.
Yeah.
No, that's good. Yeah. That's like convenient as well. Like
Super easy.
not. Yeah.
Keep it simple, stupid. Because we're like, any more than that, send them away. Off you go.
Yeah.
Because like, I don't have the time to be worrying about it. I'm here. I'm your PT, not your exercise biz.
That's it.
Yeah. Maybe just leave it with them. Leave it with a professional.
Okay. Let's say you have a client who has like butt wink right at like a 90-degree angle in their squat.
Describe butt wink for people who don't know what it is.
Was it pelvic?
So that it's just tilting one of the directions.
Yeah. So just tilting down. I'm trying to think. It's like pelvic. Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. Just use simple terms.
Yeah.
It bends in, bends out.
Yeah. Basically, what just sort of
Yeah. Good.
goes down as you go down in the squat.
Sweet.
Yep. Just realized I've got that written down, but you already answered that before, I think.
Why? Because this stuff, loosen tight stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Or as they're going too far down and then they butt tilt. So as they go down, they're fine and then they tilt.
Yeah.
Or they're already tilted.
Is that different?
The client depends on the client. Some guys are already so duck butted that the squat's really uncomfortable for them. So you don't get them to do a traditional backloaded squat.
Yeah.
It's all way.
Does bar position matter as well? Do you reckon? Well, yeah, like a high bar, low bar.
So there's the interesting studies on that. The lower the bar, the more it puts pressure through the lower back into the hips, and the higher up the bar, the more it goes through the the higher up the bar, the more it goes through the core and the structural. The further back, the more stress there is on the abdominis. Like the actual core has to work harder to hold it. Yeah. And it's more quad centric when it's higher up.
Yeah.
More uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's a cool study. I'll send you the study.
Yeah.
I literally just had to do an assessment on it. So bit of fun.
Yeah.
I just to make sure that was like around. It was like one of them really overstimulates the quad and one really stimulates the core, but at the cost of balance.
Yeah.
And comfortableness.
Yeah. It'd be the lower one doing it because you'd be more upright.
Yeah, I think it's the further back means the core has to be stronger to keep you forward. Because like if you think what it's doing, it's trying to knock you over, so your core has to be more locked.
Yeah, yeah.
But again, it's a comfortable flexibility, cognition, strength, and structure issue.
Yeah. That's what I found out as well. Like I'm getting so many questions about squats, and I'm like,
yeah, everyone,
it's like, wow, it's actually like a really
there's a lot. Well, in the video, the induction video, it's that spine to shin ratio.
Yeah, I'm looking at that, and then but if they're not getting that, I'm like, well, there could be like a million different things. Oh, also could be with that specifically, like. What are you looking for in terms of like, is it just simultaneous movement, or are you looking at the angle as well, like within a specific angle of each other?
I like to don't overthink it. Do they move together? Like I'm not putting like a angle checker against them. I'm just like watching to make sure that there'll be a moment where one moves without the other following.
Yeah,
and that's it. On that way, I wouldn't load.
So that's when one's taken over basically, and then all the loads on that.
Yeah, I just wouldn't load heavy in that space.
Yeah,
because you should absolutely be able. Like a curved spine is not an issue if you're down low in the garden. It's just I just wouldn't put 200 kilos on it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't know if I had any more questions. Oh, I think you more or less. Yep, answered that one. Yeah, the others you basically answered already. So
that's good.
Yeah,
because I'm doing my job.
Yes, absolutely. So nice. Do you have any more questions?
No, like everything I have now would be breaking down the programming you're doing, but we've already gone like 2 hours long.
Yes.
So good. So what we'll do is you and I will, outside of the video spaces, we'll look at your programs and just tidy them up a little bit, give you stuff to work on as the weeks progress, so you're happy to go, and then you can go make a shit ton of cash and be happy.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. Nice, man. Well done.
You see? Thank you.
Now, team, check us out on YouTube. Check us out on Insta, Facebook, X, Twitter. If it's a platform, we probably have it. We will continually release information to help personal trainers be better at being personal trainers, to write better programs and provide better services. Our industry gets a real bad rap for being shit. That's okay. We can fix it. We can provide better service for clients and make smarter personal trainers, making you guys more money and helping out people at the same time.